Hey guys, in this week's tip, we're going to build off of what we learned about last week, only this week we're going to look for items with high or low margins. We're going to start off in a pretty vanilla item cost view, and we're going to enhance that view just a little bit by adding a couple windows. The first one we're going to do is item movement. To do that, click Analysis, Movement by Date. That window is going to pop up, and I'm just going to move it over here to the right again just so we have a little bit more room. The next window we want to open up is Item Performance Check. That is under Tools, Item Performance Check. That window pops up and it's just like we saw last week. The tool we're going to review this week is one that's going to help us identify items with low margins and high margins. To do that, we simply click on the button, Item with Low or High Margin, right here in the center. When we do so, you see the next menu pops up. Let's take a quick peek at some of the search criteria within this tool. We can search for margin that is lower than, higher than, or a difference between regular margin and targeted margin based on the number that we input in this box right here. We can also search for margins based on regular price, temporary prices, sale prices, in-store prices, and active prices. We can also limit the search by subdepartment, a range, or particular subdepartments. Same thing with vendors. So let's test this thing out. I'm going to go ahead and search for margin that is lower than 0, and to do so I'm just simply going to click this launch button. Once I do, the system does its calculations, and you can see those items are brought into the browser here. So what is all this data telling us? Well, let's take a look. We're going to dive into this cereal item right here that we have highlighted. What we can see, our unit cost is $2.93 and some change, but our regular selling price is $2.48. Now, I'm no math wizard, but I'm pretty sure this selling price is a heck of a lot lower than this buying cost. We can also see over here to the far right, since we have our movement window open, that we've sold quite a few of these. In fact, 136 over the last 6 or 7 weeks, each one of those at a loss. Again, the great thing about this tool, we're right in item maintenance. So if we want to make any changes, we can go ahead and adjust the pricing right here. Let's take a look at one more example. We're going to go back to our search criteria box here on the right, only this time, instead of regular pricing for the margin, we're going to take a look at sale pricing. We're going to go ahead and leave it at lower than 0 and see what happens. We're going to click the launch button, and you will see that the new items open up in the browser here. Let's examine what this search shows us. We're going to select our cracker item here. We can see at the regular price of $2.28, we're making about 6 points of margin. However, when we drop it on a sale price down to $1.99, we're losing 8%. There could be very good reasons for having this pricing structure, but what we want to take a look at over here to the far right is the movement over the last 6 or 7 weeks. You can see we've got a pretty heavy and steady mover here, so each time we've sold these 135 items, we've lost 8%. Now you're armed with data that can help make the best business decision for your store, and since we're right here within item maintenance, we can make any adjustments necessary. We can also do everything that we just reviewed with higher than margin numbers as well. An example here might be competitive pressures requiring pricing to be under tighter control. You can do that for specific subdepartments down here like we reviewed before. Simply double click in the From or the To box and a nice pop-up window displays all of your specific subdepartments. You can highlight whichever one you want, click OK, and that department will show right here in the window. Well, that's it for this week's tip. Hopefully we showed you a couple new ways to determine the item performance within your store environment. Until next time, have a great day.